thank you and congratulations.
Thank you for all the work you do.
I want to say a huge congratulations to all of our award winners here today.
Thank you for making AI transformation a reality.
Every day we appreciate and are inspired by the work that you do.
At Microsoft, we simply would not be where we are without our partners.
Your success is truly our success. Our partners truly set Microsoft apart.
Thank you to our Partner of the Year award winners.
I think that deserves a little clap up for our Partner of the Year award winners. Congratulations. Thank you all for joining this afternoon. On behalf of the entire Microsoft team, it's my pleasure to welcome you to our EMEA Partner Summit here at Ignite. I'm just going to check out, are we having a good time here in San Francisco? Yeah. I think we can do better than that. Are we having a good time? Yeah. Now we're talking. Great. Hey, we have an exciting agenda lined up for the next 45 minutes. We're going to be sharp on the clock, as this session is also broadcasted live throughout the globe. So also for those that are joining us, it's late hours in EMEA, I know, but we will have a few fanatics that are joining us live. So we will be driving a 45-minute agenda. And soon I'll be joined here on stage by our Corporate Vice President for SME and C EMEA, Sharon Schoenborn, that will share a little bit more about the opportunity in the SME and C segment. I will unpack that a little bit from a partner perspective, and after that we will have a celebration moment with our EMEA Country Partner of the Year award winners, as well as a fireside chat. So that's the agenda that we have prepared for you. But before we go in, I just want to maybe take the opportunity to welcome a new member to the EMEA Partner Leadership Team. So Brendan is here in the first row. If you want to join me for a second. Brendan Murphy has just started as our new EMEA Partner Marketing Leader, just a couple of days fresh in, and look at what we have unpacked for you this whole week, Brendan, for you to introduce yourself. So maybe just share a little bit more about yourself, and then I'll ask a couple of questions.
Yeah, sure. So day 13 into Microsoft, so it's quite a rapid ramp up for me. But it's interesting because I've spent my entire career in and around Microsoft. So right back at the beginning, many years ago, I worked at a secondary school. I was the IT manager, spending my life in server rooms, in ceiling voids, running cables, installing Exchange and SharePoint servers, and really trying to deliver IT solutions for all of the students and the teachers that worked there. I then spent many years in the channel as a partner, so I worked as a MSP, an ISV, a hoster, really looking at how we could drive transformation with the cloud, and especially around Microsoft 365, migrating, I think it ended up being over 500,000 users, into Exchange Online, SharePoint, and delivering on the value of that.
Perfect.
And then the last 7 years, I've worked in distribution. So I've spent all of that working with partners all around the globe and really looking at how we support you to scale up your services and deliver on the transformative impact of IT, and really getting a deep understanding on how important partners are to delivering the customer transformation that we need.
Perfect. Hey, last question, like why Microsoft and why now?
It's a really good question. I think if you look at the keynote, the amount of innovation that is coming out of this company is just truly incredible. And the company that I really see, not just leading in AI, but AI that delivers real impact, that is secure for the users, and can deliver the breadth and depth of products that customers need, is truly inspiring. And I think beyond that, not just the product, but the way in which Microsoft thinks partner first and customer first, so that we can enable an entire ecosystem, is really somewhere that I wanted to work. So I'm very excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll learn more from Brendan later in the session. Thank you. And looking forward to a partnership. Hey, next up, I want to welcome to the stage our Corporate Vice President for SME and C in EMEA, Sharon Schoenborn, and she will share a little bit more about the opportunity that we see in our market today. So over to you, Sharon.
All right, thanks, Bart.
Bart runs a tight ship, so I had to run up here to make sure that we're on time. Hey, first of all, welcome to Ignite. I hope that you've been having a good week, and I just want to say, on behalf of everyone within our SME and C business at Microsoft, thank you. Thank you for your partnership. You're going to hear me talk about the market opportunity, but we can't do it without you. I just want for you to hopefully feel that, see it from our team every single day. All right. There's no secret, the world's changing. AI is impacting our personal lives and the way that we live. We see it, no doubt, in our family and kids every day, how we work, and certainly how all of us as businesses and our customers are really adapting to meet the opportunity. With that, we really are seeing this emergence of the frontier firm. Really where we have the combination and hybrid teams of humans and agents, leveraging human skills and judgment along with the intelligence from automation. It creates a really exciting opportunity for all of us to really work together to help enable that innovation for our customers. And in EMEA, we are seeing some real adoption across the market. 43% of customers in our recent work index had indicated that they're already using agents of some type within their organization, and 77% indicated that over the next year they really do see agentic AI playing a role in expanding the capacity of the workforce. I hope that that is a bit like wind in our sails in terms of demand signal in the market. I want to just double click a little bit though to help you understand how we look at the market opportunity for SME and C, specifically in EMEA. Currently, when we look at our customers, we have over 58 million customers across all of EMEA, across our small business and managed corporate segment. That represents 75% of the workforce across the entire region and actually 55% of the economic output. So I don't know about you, but for me, along with working with our partners and all of us to help deliver value for customers, I actually personally have a deep level of passion, but actually a sense of accountability in a lot of respects for how do we not just grow our businesses together, but have a real impact on economic output and GDP across the countries that we support. I'm really excited about the opportunity we have here together. Let me just very briefly orient all of us in terms of how we look at the market segmentation. Now, I know this isn't perfect, and sometimes you ask me, hey, how do you actually look at the market, Microsoft? So, of course, we've got our largest customers across the business, managed and enterprise. And when we look at our SME and C business, we have 7,200 customers within our EMEA business that we manage in a managed way. We have an account team, we have specialists aligned, and the TAM across that group of customers is $38 billion. And then in addition to that, we have our broad SMB customer base, where we have over 57 million and 181 billion of TAM there. Now, I want to just call out one thing that Nicole mentioned yesterday, which is really a pretty exciting announcement for us. We have really needed to do some work in terms of product truth for our true small business customer audience, and have been doing a lot of work recently to create an offering and a portfolio of offerings to really bring value specifically to the small business segment. So I just want to highlight and reinforce one announcement that Nicole shared yesterday. You would have heard about Microsoft 365 Copilot Business, the offer that really brings Copilot to a small business of under 300 users at $21 a month. Now this is, or a seat. I want to just complement this, though, also with what we're bringing to market around Microsoft AI Business Solutions. So this is really a portfolio of integrated solutions. Think of Copilot creating that opportunity to have enterprise-grade AI within a small business, combined with the productivity solutions around Microsoft 365 Premium and Basic, and being able to then bundle that with some wicked promos around compliance. All of that together helps to enable our SMB customers to really feel confident at being able to adopt AI in a secure and compliant way. I don't know about you, but I hear this a lot from customers, and I'm really, really hoping that together, by us packaging this, putting it in market, and some of these bundles and promotions are going to be available from December 1st through to the end of March. I really, really want for us to lean into this moment and see if we can make a market here collectively together. And now with that, I just want to close on one final reflection. Within our segment, my team here from me all the time about these 3 priorities. Mastering our craft is really our commitment to the market and our commitment to you to always be the very best we can in bringing value to our customers. Customer first is clearly why we show up every day, but I really want to close on this point. We, as a segment, are only successful if our partners, all of you, are successful. Accelerating growth together in the market with you, our partners, is one of our top priorities. And again, I want to say thank you. Thanks for the work that we're going to be doing in the next weeks and the next month to really capture this market opportunity together. Now, with that, I'm going to pass it over to Bart.
Thanks, Sharon. I actually wanted to build on what Sharon just said in terms of the world that is rapidly changing. I mean, that is, I guess, no secret. And the role of the partner in bringing, let's say, the opportunity to life on a daily basis at our customers is here to stay. And certainly in the SME and C segment, Microsoft has always been a partner-centric organization and will continue to be. Now, I think it's fair to say that AI is a big opportunity that we are all after, but in the context of the market that is rapidly changing, we're also seeing some headwinds, and specifically in the context of EMEA and continental Europe, there is increasing discussions around sovereignty and who has access to my data at what point in time and what does that mean. And so we recognize that those discussions are going on, and we really value the partnership that we have in bringing the AI to the market, because we will continue to lead with AI at the forefront. But as we all know, AI is as good as the data over which it reasons. That data resides in an infrastructure, in a data center. A data center is located somewhere, and that can very well trigger discussions on sovereignty and trust. So we recognize that this is an important element of our go-to-market these days. And in the next couple of weeks and months, you will see us teaming more actively with our partners in also demystifying a little bit what sovereign cloud actually means. Because I have actually heard more than 100 definitions of what sovereign cloud is in both a public fashion and a private fashion, and I think there is an opportunity for us to demystify what it is and really be that partner to guide our customers through this transformational time. So that is the role of the partner is here to stay, and we will do our very best in the next couple of weeks and months, and specifically around sovereign cloud, you'll see increased level of partner readiness coming out as we recognize this is a topic where we want to partner on. Now, I want to build on, let's say, the environment that is changing in the context of becoming frontier. And I will not repeat what has been shared yesterday on the main stage, but I just want to maybe unpack what becoming frontier means, at least in my point of view, and how that transcends into the role of the partner. It's a powerful frame, we call it a halo conversation frame, to open up dialogues with our customers, where AI is no longer a nice to have somewhere in the corner with a pilot project, but it's a real opportunity to bring it to the core of the organization and disrupt and innovate business processes at a scale and rate that we've never seen before. And the way how I think this translates to partner is actually in 2 fronts. One is the opportunity that you have as a partner to bring frontier services to your customers, and how are you transforming your own products and services that are AI infused and are AI ready. But certainly also the second element to the conversation, where we have an opportunity to lead from the inside out, meaning partner as customer zero. So just by the show of hands, who has used Copilot today? Perfect. Who has used an agent today? Okay. That's about half of the room. Look, that is not too bad of a start, but this is really where I guess we have an opportunity to lead, because AI is only coming to life if you are experiencing it on a daily basis, and to really bring that value in a trusted way to our customers. I think there's an opportunity for us to go through it and to experience it every single day. So we have just, at the back of this partner's Customer Zero, framed it in 4 powerful, maybe buckets of to guide the discussions. How are you leveraging AI and agents on a daily basis to reimagine your own business processes? I've heard partners that have innovated in terms of know your own customers, where there is an agent been built. Specifically around marketing, we see a lot of agentic evolution on specific nurture streams where agents are taking over part of the marketing journey. specifically around tenders. That is also where I hear that a lot of partners are innovating with agents, as there's a lot of knowledge that sits in certain assets where an agent can rule over to be more effective in the tender process. And then we really want to leverage on that third column here in terms of the 𝗦𝗽𝗀𝗶𝗶, so the Microsoft Cloud for AI Partner Program, because that is really the core of our go-to-market and how we want to support our partners on a daily basis. I will not drain this slide. I will just maybe highlight a couple of points. We have invested this year a lot of efforts and also monetary investment in a new partner-ready skilling platform. I just want to maybe by show of hands, who has used our new partner skilling portal? Okay, there is some room. But actually we learned from all of you that in this environment where technology is changing so rapidly, and where customers are asking us for more and more technical capability, that you have actually asked us, hey Microsoft, we need more support from you in terms of the readiness, the skilling, the certifications, and the learning path. So this year we have invested our biggest envelope ever in partner skilling. And I would like to draw your attention to that body of knowledge. There's a new partner portal live where we've consolidated all of our efforts when it comes to readying our partners and supporting our partners in technical skilling. Then specifically around designations and specializations, yesterday you would have heard on the main stage that we've announced a new badge, the Frontier Partner Badge. But more so, this is a way for you to differentiate yourselves and stand out from the crowd. So that is definitely something where you continue to see us investing in a way to give you the platform on which you can specialize and differentiate yourselves towards customers. Then down to co-sell, this is where it all accrues up to. We have made a deliberate investment this year in what we call the PSS resources, the Partner Solution Specialist resources, specified by segment, so for both SMB as well as corporate, by cloud solution area, so around the business solutions, security, and Azure. And that is really to support you in making sure that you have the right support by solution area in what we call the MSAM 2 and 3 close of opportunities. So for those of you that have access to the PSS resources, we hope you are finding that a good addition to your V team, as it has really been a purposeful decision for us to invest resources. And last but not least, incentives. CSP this year is the biggest investment envelope ever in terms of the monetary investment that we are doing. And next to, let's say, the billions that we're investing in our data centers to create the scale at the back of which you can land our products and services, our CSP investment envelope is the second biggest investment that Microsoft Corporation is doing, and that's an investment in all of you. And this year, that investment envelope has increased 20% year over year, and we've made some additions to that envelope and the way we land CSP investments in market by inserting new business accelerators. So you most probably have seen that we added 7.5 points of new business accelerators in our base CSP earning program. And that is also to really support our partners that are here to go after new business. And those partners that may have, let's say in the past, go after other partners' installed bases or protecting their base may have a lesser earner opportunity in this new envelope. So we really want to make sure that we play together on finding new customers and making sure that we innovate with the new business workloads that we have. And that is where we have put an incremental amount of dollars. Before I close maybe with a practical framework of H2 priorities, I want to spend 1 minute on the Microsoft Marketplace, because the research that has come out from 𝗦𝗽𝗀𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃 a couple of weeks ago that they presented in their EMEA forum in Barcelona indicated very clearly that we foresee a rapid uptick in the transactions through marketplaces. Microsoft, to be fair, so far has had a rather fragmented approach when it comes to marketplaces. We had our Azure Marketplace, Teams Marketplaces. We had a lot of in-app purchase opportunities. And I'm really glad to see that our company has consolidated all of those efforts in the new Microsoft Marketplace that we announced 2 months ago in the AI Tour in Chicago. To give you all a platform to put your services, and whether it is ISV solutions with some IP in it, or services opportunities to give you that platform to find routes to market. But we're not in this alone. Many of our distributors also have marketplaces, and this is not a fight for share. This is really an opportunity to collaborate and make sure that, as well as the Microsoft marketplace, also the marketplaces of our partners are being leveraged. So it's not a piece of the pie discussion, but it's how do we enlarge the pie as such. So we're really glad that our Microsoft marketplace will federate with the marketplace of some of our global big distributors, and this is something that we'll also will see evolving over the next couple of years. So my ask of you would be to think about your products and services, not only in the way you're going to market today, but also think about what a marketplace, whether that's our marketplace or that of your distributor, can do for you in finding new routes to market. Now, I want to close my part of this session by talking about the execution framework for the next couple of months. And this is not to complement or to substitute whatever has been communicated, but I get a lot of questions around, hey, in everything that Microsoft is bringing to market on a almost daily basis, how do we make sure that we are playing the same game and that we align with Microsoft's core priorities in SME and C? And so this is a way to simplify and to create focus. Obviously, Copilot, Copilot Chat, and the pull-through that it creates on AI business solutions is one of those priorities. And then specifically around the announcements that you have heard yesterday on main stage, Agent 365, Agent Factory, where you will see a rapid evolution of the agentic world. But we need to win the socket of AI productivity first in order to give our customers the access to that agentic world. So you will see a lot of effort from us on winning the Copilot socket. And we have heard feedback from customers and partners saying, hey, this $30 price point per seat per month, that is for an average SME and C customer, a pretty high price point to start with. So is there anything else that Microsoft could do? And at the back of that feedback, 7 months ago, we launched Copilot Chat for free, which is basically our opportunity to start and bring our customers on the AI journey. So that is something that we want to ask you in every customer engagement that you have, to lead with Copilot and Copilot Chat for free as a way to win that socket, at the back of which you can start developing agents and give your customers access to the agentic world. And I'll close with a data point on this one, which really strikes me. Like, depending which research institute you take, 60 to 80% of our knowledge workers in EMEA are already using a form of AI productivity on a daily basis. But the fact of the matter is that it is mostly consumerized AI that they're bringing to work to their professional estate, with all sorts of risks associated, right? And that has proven to be a very strong narrative to have and discussion to have with the CIO and the CISO. Because the fact that AI is being used is something that is undeniable. But it's more the question of who is using it, at what point in time, for what purpose, and how do we make sure that you create visibility on what is being used. And Copilot Chat is that first opportunity to bring it under the security of your own tenant and provide visibility. And what we've also seen is that for those customers that have started using Copilot Chat on a daily basis, the journey towards M365 Copilot, the paid version, is roughly taking about 90 days. So this is not a yearly motion. It is actually proven to work that active usage on Copilot Chat creates pull-through into the page queue, but also the upsell from E3 to E5 or Business Standard to Business Premium has proven to be a strong follow-up from landing Copilot Chat as a socket. Now, the second one that I quickly want to unpack is security. And so there is no discussion about AI without the discussion on security. And certainly in the world that we live in today, we have an opportunity to make sure that we lead from a security perspective. As Microsoft now has product truth in many of our areas, and specifically in the context of SMB, we have innovated a lot on our security offerings, where we're bringing enterprise-ready security products down market at a very compelling price point. And it's not only us saying this, but Gartner has recognized Microsoft in the most recent Magic Quadrants in 5 out of the 8 Magic Quadrants as a top leader in the security socket. So this is really where we want to partner with you and making sure that whatever we do at our customers, security is part of that discussion, and to lead with, for example, the new SKU that we have landed in SMB with Purview and Defender on top of Business Premium. That will continue to be a strong focus area for us in the next couple of months. Then last but not least, Azure. It would be dismissive not to talk about Azure. Azure, like I said, we want to lead with AI on the front end. It's a great conversation starter and door opener. But AI is as good as the data over which it reasons, and that data resides on an infrastructure. So the opportunity from an on-prem environment to create a cloud-ready data estate by lift, shift, and lift, shift, modernize is still a strong opportunity for us to go after. So Azure will continue to be an area of focus for us. So those are the 3 solution area lenses. I guess no surprise, but we really want to synthesize the complex down to concrete opportunities for us to collaborate on. How do we activate renewal excellence in terms of EA to EA, EA to CSP, and CSP to CSP renewals, and the opportunity to upsell? The second one, to my earlier point on the CSP incentives that we have landed this year, the biggest envelope ever with an increasing earning opportunity on new business. That's up to us to unpack. And if you bring these 2 together, it's an opportunity to land the programs that we have put in market in the right opportunity at the right time. So Azure Accelerate, you most probably have heard about Azure Accelerate. It's our simplified way of supporting our customers and partners in Azure projects. It used to be a pretty fragmented experience in all of our sub-solution areas in Azure. We've rolled it up to CSP Accelerators, our hero program, in a t-shirt size fashion. And there's 70% of increase of CSP Accelerate funding year over year. So also there we have invested a lot. And last but not least, the pot. So the role of the PSS that I earlier discussed in the context of co-sell, that's a deliberate investment that we've made, but also the combination of what we call the PDM, the Partner Development Manager, the PMM, the Partner Marketing Manager, the PSS, the Solution Specialist, and the PSA, the Partner Solution Architect. Those are really the partner-centric resources that we have aligned to support our joint go-to-market from that point of view. So if I were to summarize this in the partner call to action, that 3x3 matrix down into a top 5 of where we really want to ask you to join us in the execution, then it would be these. Lead with, first of all, the internal adoption of Copilot and Copilot Chat. And again, this is our opportunity as our partner to lead from your own experience, and that has proven to be a very effective door opener to discuss with customers. And for those that have not yet fully rolled out on Copilot M365, at least roll out Copilot Chat, because it's being used, and certainly our partners we expect to work with us on the Copilot adoption. The T minus renewal process is something that you will see our sellers, and Sharon as our segment leader has really stressed that into our own seller organization as well, something where we'll double down on in the context of EA to EA, EA to CSP, and CSP to CSP renewals, and making sure that we land the right programs on the upsell opportunity at the right time. Copilot in your customers, wall-to-wall, that is something where Judson keeps on coaching us every single day. We take on M365 Copilot what we have, and the rest we penetrate with Copilot Chat. AI is widely being used. Let's bring it under the control of the corporate tenant to create visibility on active usage in a secure way, and from there we support our customers on the journey towards M365 Copilot. So that's really something that we ask you to pilot and to really execute with us on H2. To that earlier point on sovereign cloud, we are not dismissive. I have actually just come on to my new role here from October 1st, before I led the enterprise team in the Netherlands, where on a daily basis I got questions from our customers on what happens if and what happens then, and I want to have access to my data, who has access to my data. So this is a real conversation, and we know that you're getting all of these questions on a daily basis, and Microsoft wants to partner, and we'll take responsibility as our offerings on both the public sovereign cloud as well as the private sovereign cloud with Azure Local and 365 Local has evolved quite a bit. So we have a good story to tell. but up until now we may not have done a good job in actually telling that story. So that starts with us, with our own seller readiness, but also with equipping you as our partners in that respect for a good conversation. And last but not least, the 𝗬𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀 innovation. Ralf Haupter, our worldwide president for SME&C, has fought hard internally to get the enterprise-ready products down to an SMB price point with strong product truth. So Defender on top of Business Premium, Purview on top of Business Premium. We've heard about Copilot for Business that was announced yesterday on main stage, are actually good examples of where you see that Microsoft listens and wants to bring all of the innovation down to our SMB segment too at a very compelling price point. So I hope this was helpful. This was a bit of a frame down to the role of the partners. That has always been a strong role in the SME&C execution, will continue to be a strong role for partners in bringing this to life, down to our H2 execution priorities and the top 5 partner call to actions that we would like to partner with you on in the next couple of months. So with that, I guess I'm going to call back on stage Brendan to share a little bit more about the Partner of the Year awards in EMEA, and you will also invite a couple of these partners on stage for a quick fireside chat. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Perfect. Thank you very much. So I have the absolute privilege today to recognize the Partner of the Year awards. The Partner of the Year recognizes the best of the best in the industry and the partners who are really driving transformation with their customers through cloud and AI and all the products and services available at Microsoft. And the EMEA SME&C award winner this year works across all the different areas from AI business solutions, cloud and AI platforms, and security, uses all their skills and expertise across the solution partner designations and advanced specializations to really help drive transformative solutions for their customers. So please join me in a big round of applause to all the team that I can see in pink down here from our award winner for EMEA, 𝗬𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀. And so with that, we wanted to hear from the winner around what this really means for them. So let's take a look.
Well, winning any Microsoft award always makes you proud and gives you very specific bragging rights. But this time around, being recognized on EMEA level, and given the fact that we have been building a European business for 6 years instead of having country organizations, this really, feels special. We just love our symbiosis with Microsoft marketing, sales, product groups, everyone. I don't know, stop aspiring to win an award and instead do something that you love and that has the biggest impact to your customers.
I'd also like to take the opportunity to say a huge congratulations to all of the global winners and finalists who are driving impact across EMEA. Thank you for your hard work, your dedication to ensuring we can empower every organization and person on the planet to achieve more together. And so to wrap up, we thought we would end by trying to bring everything to life and everything that you've heard from Bart and Sharon on how we can drive forwards together. So I'm thrilled to welcome on stage from this year's winner, 𝗬𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, we have Ville, and then also from the EMEA finalist APM Promise, please welcome Piotr to the stage. Thank you, please take a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, so first up, question to you, Ville, and congratulations on the award. What does winning Partner of the Year mean for you and your organization?
Well, like I said in the video, we used to be 17 different companies, what we now know as 𝗬𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, and it wasn't like it was 6 years ago. We had 17 different logos, brands, everything. And now we've been working our asses off in building this one European unified platform, and I take this as a kind of a statement that even Microsoft sees as one, and that's kind of cool. So like, I mean, like, we're thrilled, right, fellows? Yeah.
I love the support team that you've got in here. It's brilliant. And obviously, we've heard a lot today and across Ignite around frontier transformation and what that means for businesses and organizations. So maybe a question to you, Peter, around what does becoming frontier mean for the organizations you work with, and how are you bringing that to life in your own organization?
Okay, so being a frontier is for me, for us in 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗁 for 30 years, because we cooperate with Microsoft more than 30 years. And every 5-6 years, there is a new Microsoft. And the last new Microsoft is when in 2016 we became the distributor, and which was completely new for us. And now we got nominated for the award, which is for us, it's very important thing. We didn't expect it, really. And now we are working with the partners. And in Poland and in the Central Europe where we are, we have like 600 partners that are working with us. And we are not just giving them, it is the frontier. And we are not just giving them the compass. We are exploring the map for all the partners, where to go, how to grow. And we do it together, and thanks to our partners, we grew the Q1 by 80%. So it's not us who grew, the partners that we work with grew. With that significant helping the customers to grow. So for me, it's always exciting. I'm super excited all the time. With Microsoft for the last 30 years, it's really amazing story, amazing history, and I'm looking forward because now it's another chapter.
Yeah, I love that. And how about from your side, Ville, on the AI transformation? What are you seeing in your customers and for your own business?
For us, the biggest revenue coming out of that is really about preparation for this frontier firm thing. By the way, I love the kind of the whole narrative and the terminology here, and also like see what is not being said here. So we are not talking about digital labor. We're not talking about the fact that when we had the keynote about 𝗬𝗲, like what wasn't said is that there are less people in 𝗬𝗲 than in their competitors. And for us, it's about this preparation. Like Microsoft platform is perfect for that. And what we are doing is we're preparing for our customers for this future. And like we have been doing that for a while now. Our strategy is the connected company, which basically means that we want to be selling the whole Microsoft portfolio. And we're actually doing that because 80% of our revenue is coming from customers that are buying 3 or more workloads from us. So to us, that's where the biggest revenue stream is coming from. But this, what we just saw yesterday and all this agentic AI is the kind of the proof, very tangible thing that we can use. Like this is the reason why we're doing this preparation, and that's wonderful. And like I mean, it gives us so much support just for you guys to be announcing this kind of stuff. So yeah.
I really love that, especially your point around kind of AI empowering people and helping them to achieve more. And I also love your point around the depth and breadth of products that Microsoft have available that you can bring together to create full holistic customer solutions that can deliver on all the areas of their business. So I really love that. From your experiences, what has been the most valuable part of collaborating and working with Microsoft? Maybe we'll start with you, Ville.
Well, on the screen, Bart was, showing all of this. Like, of course, there's the co-sales and skilling and the benefits and designations and that kind of things. We're doing a lot of good job on marketing side. So really love it. But at the end of the day, it's about you guys providing that platform for us. And that's because well, I said it's a symbiosis between the two companies because it also requires for us to actually get that platform in place for the customers because everything that we've been talking about here, the frontier, it all requires that platform, business platform to be there. And it's not just that you are the best. To me, you're the only technology that can be used to fulfill the vision of 𝗲𝗀𝗻𝗻𝗻.
I'm so glad this was recorded. I love that final statement. That will be on T-shirts by the end of today.
I totally agree with that. Microsoft is delivering the platform for the partners to grow. And I always remember from all Microsoft Inspire conferences when Microsoft was saying, every dollar that Microsoft earns in the market creates $10 for the partners. Yes, and this is exactly happening through all these years, and every time partners can generate much, much more than Microsoft altogether.
Yeah, it is a very good point. The amount of change management, implementation services, ongoing managed services is such a huge potential. And I feel that customers are more and more relying on their partners in the ecosystem to help them rapidly transform and embed this into their organization. So I agree there is a huge opportunity.
Every year we say the world is complicated, and every year the world is even more complicated, yes? For the last 30 years with IT.
That is very true. And actually connected with that, how are you seeing kind of the partner ecosystem driving around this opportunity, and any kind of advice around partner to partner and how they can work together?
Absolutely. So we started just in Poland. Now we run the business in 15 countries. So we started to run the communities, and now we are starting to run the communities across the countries because it brings value if the partners want to collaborate or to go to a different market. So this is something that we leverage for the partners to be able to grow. Not just the Microsoft Marketplace, but to gain the experience, exchange the experiences between the partners, which is really highly valuable. And what they say, tell us, this is good job that you are making. And this is how we win the partners.
Fantastic. Final question for you both before I move on to the last statement. What announcement have you been most excited by at Ignite?
Copilot for business. Business Copilot, yeah. This is like $21 instead of 30, yeah. So, and bundle. So this is like the strategy from Microsoft is very clear. One thing, the Copilot chat, so everybody can use it. So this is one thing that is, from my perspective, really crazy and enabling the customers. And then the Copilot business, because it really can help to enable the SMBs. And it's not just the SMB segment, it's also the corporate accounts. 300 PCs, it's, of course, not a very little number. And this is something that will definitely help us to grow the business and to enable the customers.
Fantastic. And how about from your side, Ville?
Yeah, that's, of course, significant. For me, I think it's a combination of the Agent 365, the Fabric IQ, and Foundry IQ, because they just all align so well to our vision of the future of these agents working there side by people, and those are very significant for us.
No, that's fantastic. I definitely agree. I think the new price point, bringing that enterprise tech down into the SMB, is going to be so transformative and enable them to drive it into more of their organization and fill the gaps with Copilot chat as more users need to come on board. And then Work IQ, Foundry IQ, all the IQs that have come out, being able to then build upon that and drive the agents and the transformation that organizations need, I think will be very, very powerful over the next couple of years. Final question to you, Ville. Not that you want competition for next year, but if there were people looking to be a partner of the year next year, what advice would you give to them?
Well, at least according to my philosophy, you always drive the most impact for a customer in long term. That's what you do. And then like it works with the KPIs that Microsoft is looking at. It works with, like, you guys see it. And that's how you drive your business, and then all kinds of good things come from that. So that's like, that was on Sharon's slide, I think, like customer first. That's my philosophy with
partner
everything.
first.
Yeah, well, it's for you guys, but for us, it's the end customer.
No, I love that. And I feel if you ground it in the people that you work with and what they really need, I think you're always going to be successful.
Yeah.
So with that, because I have a little timer that's going to cut me off any second, a big thank you to you both for joining us on stage.
Thank you.
Congratulations again on your award and being the finalist. And thank you so much, everyone, for taking the time to join us today. And I wish you a wonderful rest of Ignite. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.